Hey guys, Callie Fab here, and today I'm going to do my sample project pan finale kind of video for the end of the year. I guess it is my finale for 2018, but this is going to carry over into 2019. I am going to start fresh at zero at 2019, so I know you guys are seeing this a little bit in January, but honestly with the holiday season and New Year's and everybody coming over to our house and us having to clean up and everything, I really didn't have time to film or time to edit, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go and finish off the new year in the new year, finish off the old year in the new year, because I'm okay with that. Anyways, so I have a crap ton of empties. Like, that's a lot. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of bust through these pretty quickly. I'm gonna show you the individual value on the screen here, like I always do, or here, whatever side. But I'm not gonna show you the total tallied up for the month because I wanna show you the very end of all the products I've used up for the year. So I'm gonna get started on face masks. I have 3 of them here. All 3 of these are actually in project pans. So this first one is the Karuna Age Defying Face Mask, and this one I got from Marshalls in a pack of like 7. And this one was okay. I wouldn't repurchase it on its own. I think it's a little bit too expensive to purchase on its own, but it was an okay mask. I wasn't in love with it. I didn't think it did amazing things for my skin. It was just a mask, and this was in my Cupid's Bow project pan with the Fantastic Ladies that I'm doing on Instagram. Then I finished up my favorite mask so far. Well, not of all time, but so far. This is the BioBell or BioBell hashtag Beauty Secret mask, and this is to moisturize and help the skin appear smooth and firm. And I really, really like this one. This one was so incredibly nice. I would totally repurchase this one on its own. As far as like the whole pack, I would not buy the whole pack again, but this one individually, fantastic mask. It made my skin soft for like 4 days straight. I really, really enjoyed it. And there is a ton of extra essence in here, but I've learned that I tried to put essence in like a little jar and like put it on my skin. I just don't like to do that. So whatever's on the mask is what I get, and then whatever's left in here I throw away. So I really did like that one. Then the other one was the BioBell hashtag Stay Gorgeous, and this one is to hydrate and nourish with almond oil and vitamin E. And this one was okay. I didn't hate it, to be totally honest. It was quite moisturizing on my skin. I used it before makeup, so I did break out a little bit the day that I wore this and then wore makeup on top, simply because I think I just used it in the morning instead of at night like I normally do. So I think that was user error, to be totally honest. I should definitely be using these at night. And yeah, so I did really enjoy this one. I wouldn't repurchase this one. It didn't do amazing things, but it was okay. Holy crap, you guys, we have so many. Okay, so something that I finished in the shower, I finished a shampoo and conditioner from Nexxus. This is the Carafix Damage Healing Shampoo and Conditioner. It is silicone free, and it says protein fusion with keratin protein and black rice for severely damaged hair. I didn't think that this was amazing. I did take this on the cruise with me, and it was okay. I wouldn't repurchase it, to be honest, but it was okay. But I have tons of other shampoos and conditioners that I like better. The shampoo definitely lasted longer than the conditioner, but you know, as with most hair products for me. Then I finished up another one of these Biore nose strips. This one I actually used, so I did count this in my totals because it is a beauty product that I wouldn't typically use if I wasn't like beauty-ish. I mean, I do use these occasionally, but not as much as I do now. I'm trying to keep my pores clean from all the makeup and stuff. But yeah, I did clean my pores very, very nicely, and I do like using those. I totally repurchase. I have a whole box of them in my cabinet right now. Something I hated, but it was incredibly expensive, so I definitely wanted to use up, and I used this up in one of my project pans. You've already seen this. It is the Lash Food Eyelash Enhancer, and this one was terrible. Like, it made my eyes itchy. It didn't make my lashes grow. It's way too expensive for what it was. I did not like this at all, and it makes me really hesitant to try any kind of eyelash enhancers because you guys know I don't wear fake lashes. I mean, if I do, I tell you, and then like I wear them one time a year, you know? So I didn't like that per se, and I would not repurchase it, especially that tiny little sample was like 25 bucks, 24, 25 bucks, so no way. Then another product I used up in a project pan. This was the base by Lara Bingle, and this was an LB cream with SPF 15 in the shade beige. I loved this. It was such a great, basically tinted moisturizer, but it was definitely more of a foundation for me, simply because I like very light coverage foundation. As you guys know, this was the color. It definitely sheared out much lighter than that, so it wasn't that dark, but I did sleep with this on my face 2 different nights, like on completely different occasions on accident, and it did not break me out at all, which is amazing because my skin is very sensitive to things being left on my face. This was fantastic. I would totally repurchase. Unfortunately, it's like an indie type brand, so it's harder to get. It's harder to like figure out how to find it, to be honest, but I loved it. Then another product I absolutely loved and I've already repurchased is the Philosophy Purity Made Simple 3-in-1 cleanser for face and eyes. I used this one up in the shower and I loved it. There's like the tiniest bit over here, but it's like gross and nasty and I just don't want to bother trying to like get it out of there. It's like really thick and goopy and it's just not good anymore. But I love that cleanser. Very, very gentle, doesn't hurt my eyes, and I would totally repurchase, and I already have. Then I have an eye primer. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I think this was also in a project pan if I'm not mistaken. But this was just like the smaller size that comes when you buy one of the Lorac Pro palettes. And I finally finished it. I mean, if there is anything in here, it's like dried up. Like there is nothing left. And I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was as creamy as I wanted it to be, but it was very equalizing on my eyes. Like it did kind of do that like concealery thing where it kind of shaded out some of the veining on my eyes, which I appreciated, but I wouldn't repurchase it. And I already have a few backups from palettes that I have purchased. So it was good for an eye primer, but it's just an eye primer. Then I have another face mask. This is the Nuve face mask in the hydrating formula with camellia seed oil and spirulina extract. I really love this mask. It is like a jelly type mask. It is completely empty. I get 3 complete full uses out of these one little like pods. So I think these are a great value for me personally, especially when you buy them at Target in the big pack of like 5 or 6 of them that come in there. I think it's totally worth it. Love these face masks. So hydrating on my skin. Like literally if I use this like 3 days a week, my skin would be amazing. But I like to mix up my masks, and I like to do hydrating, and then I like to do, you know, pore refining, and then I like to do, you know, the Biore pore strips. I like to mix it up. So there's that, but I really do like that one. Then I have a body wash. This is the Pink Sugar Glossy Shower Gel. I also brought this on the cruise with me, but I didn't finish it, so I did finish it off here. It does smell like the Aqualina Pink Sugar scent, which I absolutely love in the springtime, so I kind of wish that this smells literally like the cruise. Like this is what it's reminding me of. Oh, it smells so good. Anyways, I kind of wish I would have saved this and used it up in the springtime, but honestly, I just wanted to get it out of my collection and get one more thing out into my empties. Then I have a Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream. This is just a simple moisturizer. It is very much like a jelly water type moisturizer. I always compare this one to the Belif True Cream Aqua Bomb because it is very, very similar in texture and feeling on my skin. It's very lightweight. It sinks in beautifully. Love this. Would totally repurchase. Then I have a face mask from First Aid Beauty, and it is the Facial Radiance Intensive Peel. This one literally you can only leave on for like 5 minutes max. I mean, I think I left it on for like 7 minutes the last time I used it, but it was so like tingly and burny. Like it really does a good job. I like to only use this in my T-zone because it is a very intense, aggressive mask, and you can definitely tell like it's working. It's doing its job. So I do love this mask, and I think I got like quite a few uses out of this. And when I was finishing it up, when I didn't think I could get any more out of here, I actually put a little bit of water, like the tiniest drops of water, closed it up and just shook it, and I got a little bit more to like cover the rest of my face. And I almost think that was a mistake because putting it on this part of my face was so intense because my sides of my face aren't used to this much of an intenseness like my T-zone is. So I love this. I would totally repurchase in the full size. I do have other samples of this that I'm going to use up first, and other, you know, face masks that I definitely need to use up before I purchase any more. So I love that though. Would totally recommend it. And then I have a hair mask. This is from Peter Lamas, and this is the Youth Revival 5 Oil Hair Treatment Mask for dry damaged hair with all-in-one vitamin hair complex. This was quite a nice thick hair treatment. I really enjoyed this, especially when my skin or when my hair was very, very dry, especially when I was doing those clarifying shampoos that really dry out your scalp. I would use this, and it was so incredibly nice on my hair and on the ends. It really hydrated my hair. And then 2 more products. I have the R & Co Acid Wash, the ACV Cleansing Rinse, and I loved this. This was such a beautiful scalp clarifying oil. I really, really enjoyed this, or I guess they call it a rinse or a wash. And it definitely took away all of the buildup from my scalp, any like hair products, dry shampoos, anytime I didn't shower, like, you know, for multiple days in a row where my skin was very, very oily. I loved this. I would totally repurchase. I am trying out a few other brands right now, just simply because I have them from, you know, boxes or from getting them in samples and stuff like that. But definitely this is on my list for sure. And then finally, I used up one last facial cleanser, and this is the Clean & Clear Deep Action Cream Cleanser. And I love this one. It gives such a cooling sensation when you use enough. If you don't use enough of this product, it seems like it doesn't work as well. So you have to use a fair amount of this product. But when I do use enough of this, oh my God, it is so, so nice on my skin. Doesn't break me out like most Clean & Clear products do, which is really nice. And I really like the cooling sensation it gives to like my pores, and it makes me actually feel clean, which I love. Okay, so that was all of the products that I have for December of 2018 for my sample project pan. I finished so many products this year, guys. So right now I am going to put on the screen the original amount that I had, and then the amount that I said I wanted to finish, which was probably all of them, but I know it was like around 100 and something. And then the amount that I actually ended up using, I will put here. So I think I did a really good job. I know a lot of you guys guessed at the very beginning of the year if it was like 207, 100, or 150. And I think most of you guessed right like around the 150 mark. And I am like right in that range. I'm so excited to have so many products out of my collection and so many new favorites that I have found from doing this sample project pan that I'm definitely doing it again next year, even though I am having regular project pans as well. So now I'm gonna put on the screen all of the money's worth that I have had. So I will do it like I normally do with my December numbers and my 2018 numbers, and then my December amounts and my 2018 amounts. So that is my total amount that I finished up for the entire year. I can't believe it, you guys. I finished up so much money worth of samples. Do you guys see how samples can totally add up? Especially expensive things that you wouldn't purchase anyways, but you just want to try it and see if it's any good. I mean, come on. A lot of products, yes, you need more than just a little foil packet to actually see if you like it, but you can get a taste for it, just like that little taste. What if it's the smell that you hate and you can't stand it, but you're not allowed to open it in the store? How do you even know, you know? So I think sample project pans are a very good way to go, especially for me, like somebody that gets, you know, subscription boxes, somebody that loves getting samples with my orders, somebody that, you know, I love samples. Like if I got a box of samples, just samples of things, I would be thrilled. Like I just love it so much, and you can kind of gear your samples towards what your hair is doing that month, or what your skin is doing that month, or you know what shade you're looking for, or what kind of body wash you want, or whatever. I just love it so much, and I am going to be adding sample sizes into my year-end empties for the end of the year for makeup, hair care, and skincare. I'm going to have 3 different empties for the end of the months or end of the year, so I'm really excited to show you guys those as well. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.